Yeah. Alright. Let's pwn these noobs.
Pwn them.
What am I at here? 75. Okay. The El Clasico.
What's that?
Me at P4. Near the end of a season.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I almost never end in like Platinum 1 or Platinum 2. Sometimes. I guess I'd have to go back and look and see, but I feel like it's either D4 or P4. Like that's what's going down. One way or another. Either get to Diamond or die trying. Last couple weeks. Feed trying. Alright, let me share. Wait, is this lie? Is this fan fiction or is this actual? Oh, on the Cassante heading out on the PvE.
Dude's gonna be banned every game.
Oh yeah, for sure. It doesn't matter if he's good or bad. He's banned.
Yeah, he's just getting banned.
It doesn't even matter what he does if it's a new champ, unless it's just like absolute garbage. Even then, they'll still ban it so other people don't play it. So your teammates don't play it. Q damage, tank scaling. Oh, that's Cassante stuff. I thought I saw something about like towers. I don't know, whatever. They probably have a patch preview. Oh god. I guess. God. I really want to do like Tom Kench or something in them, but it feels bad into Renata. Guess I could have done Blitz. Probably would have been okay. Renata's like okay against like can be pretty good against Rakan. I'd say above average. And then obviously Veigar is a huge problem for Rakan. Okay, so this guy just like never plays Varus. Okay, he's got 2 games on it. Ugh. Did we get Viego? Okay. Top. That guy's 27%. I don't feel good about this. I think I might dodge this.
Okay.
Veigar's pretty good against both of us. We've got 2 people that are probably going to underperform in 2 carry roles. Yeah. I'll just take a D on that. Because I don't have a lot of confidence in the Varus. He's an okay, you know, okay player, but like has good win rates on some champs, but just doesn't have a lot of experience on Varus. Doesn't have a lot of ways to dodge to get out of like a Renata ult. The Yone guy was troubled. Viego's good, but
Trying to hear Big Po, Dad.
they're pretty good against my stuff. You can go in your room or the bonus room if you want to hear Big Po better. Daddy's got to talk. Whoa.
So, hey.
Whoa. Jackie Love. Is Jackie Love still in the tournament? Is he on the one Chinese team that made it out? Hey, what's up, Black Ted? Yeah, that was looking problematic. Let's see, pop out chat. How you been, man? Doing pretty well. Let's check out the, see if there's a patch preview here. Oh, we're already on 12:20. Okay. Forgot about that. Do we have to go to Froxon's Twitter or whoever the hell? Go to their personal Twitter account. Yeah. I get, is that his personal? I don't know, whatever. Patch is short and sweet this week. Preseason is at the top quality. Wait, is there a patch this week? Has it been 2 weeks? NASA announces like a UFO tracking team. Into a meme trend of someone posting a picture of a celebrity or 3D rendered character for humorous effect. I saw Kanye lost a $1.5 billion deal with Adidas.
Rip.
Yeah. He just said some anti-Semitic remarks and then just like was interviewed about it. It's like, I don't give a fuck. They ain't gonna do shit, basically. That's what he said in the interview. And they're like, alright. And, you know, kicked him. I think if it was something, I don't know. I don't know the context or what he said, but if he came out and said, my bad, I wasn't thinking, I was off my medication, I didn't understand the history of that, you know, those terms, or, you know, just something, right? If he just, you know, just had any sort of contrition, just apologetic in any sort of way, I think they probably would have let it slide because he's so valuable to them too. But yeah, it was about his anti-Semitic stuff. Again, I didn't read it, but it's like there's no interpretation around it. Like he basically said, yeah, I did it, I said it, it's anti-Semitic, and I don't care, and they're not going to do anything about it, basically. So it was not only like admitting that he did it, admitting that he didn't care, but it was also like taunting them, saying that they're not going to do anything about it. I mean, their stock was down 6% today off of it. So, because he was something like 15% of their total sales were his products. It might even been more than that. Okay, so for League, they're buffing Ari, Corki, Malzahar, Zen, Rumble, and they're nerfing Blitz, Belveth, and Misfortune. Okay. So they're kind of cashed out. Working on preseason. You are what?
Hungry.
You're hungry. Okay, what do you want to eat? What?
M&M's and sandwich with bread and
It's a great staple. I'm being serious.
Okay, hold on. Let me just get her. I'll be back in just 1 minute. Just grab her a sandwich real quick.
with M&M and Star Sprinkles, okay?
Okay.
I'm going that down.
Okay, after that, we gotta go to sleep, though.
Okay.
Alright.
But if I say I'm hungry, then
Okay. For calling Yasuo mains enter. I don't think I'm that hard on Yasuo mains as a lot of people are. Were you ready, Jason?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I'm probably much more of like, I don't know, who's the champion that I hate on the most? Historically, probably Ezreal. Ezreal or Vayne. There are some metas where those champs are like good. Maybe Yi. Maybe Yi. I'm a Yi hater. Teemo. I can't remember a time where I was really concerned about Teemo, where I thought to myself, "Oh shit, they got Teemo on their team." Like, I can't remember a time or where I was particularly excited about a Teemo on my team. I was like, oh, thank God. We've got Teemo top. We really needed to carry this game. I mean, maybe. Maybe there were some very specific metas. But I've never been that much of a, afraid of Teemo. Put it that way. I have lost to Teemo. I mean, I'm probably on the hater side of Teemo, right? Like, he's probably better than I give him credit for, but his win rate's always like 50%. Rory, are you a hater? She says I'm not. That's right. I wish Teemo, like, I've said it a lot of times before, I think Teemo has a lot of potential to be an interesting support if they, but they'd have to rework him pretty significantly. But I like the idea of a support, like, really specializing in vision and zone control. Give his mushrooms full vision. Maybe have him stun or something. Not for 2 seconds, not for the whole duration. Maybe like a 1 second stun, something like that. Or blind. Maybe that's better. That would be like on point. He's got a blind with his Q. Maybe the shrooms can blind. Or like Grave Smoke Cloud, something like that. Just have the shrooms be a little bit more impactful if people actually run over them. Baseline without needing a lot of AP. Just give them a bit more utility. Support Teemo main, nice. I've played him a couple of times. He's not like the worst in the world. I've had donations for it before in the past. Yeah, I totally agree. I just don't like him as a Teemo, as like a top lane harasser. I think his kit's just kind of outdated for that. Yeah, I think he should be a jungler or a support. I mean, I'm surprised with how much they're buffing other random champions to, like, Zed and stuff for the jungle. Like, putting Teemo in the jungle would be interesting. Hecarim, Diana. Okay, they got a lot of dive. But whatever. Oh, they're trying Dinger support because they saw it at Worlds, huh?
OP.
So Diana mid, I guess. Yeah, usually flex is dangerous. Usually there aren't that many champs that can flex, especially from support to jungle. Who was it there? Like Maokai. Like recently could go top jungle or support. But that's so dangerous for pro to have something that's pretty viable.
I'm thirsty.
It's flexible. Rory, you are trolling.
No.
Where's your drink from earlier? It's in there on the nightstand, I think. In the pink cup. Yeah, go get your pink cup from the nightstand.
Riku, how can you be tired already?
Like waits every 5 or 10 minutes and it's something else she needs. Come on, man. That concept of kind of convenience. I mean, she probably has a hard time really thinking ahead. Planning ahead on things. Which is understandable. She is 5. The fuck? Well,
Okay.
would have been cool if I was there, I guess.
I want my drink from her.
Used to be a square. Then I am
Okay.
darkness. Woohoo!
I mean, it's still pretty stupid, but if like the Twitch was there to give the dinger gold off of hitting the tower, if the Twitch was just in range and he suicided into the tower for 24 gold,
Perfection doesn't exist.
maybe. But like he literally did 50 damage to the tower with all the armor and stuff. And risked, you know, one of us being there and just hitting him for a kill. I would say not worth. Also, you're revealing that you're there,
Dark. Say the same.
right? So if
Happened
we
at
were,
Worlds.
yeah, if we were, you know, invading or something, we'd know we'd have a super green light.
Those good guys are just kidding themselves.
I've seen people pick Dinger, but I don't think I've watched a lot of the Dinger played at Worlds. I mean, Dinger's pretty hard in general to play. You gotta choose the right mode. He's usually picked with poke lanes too. I don't remember like who they play him with. I feel it's like Ezreal, maybe. I mean, Twitch needs help a lot of times. Like, he needs someone that can frontline. And he doesn't have any poke to complement that. I feel like he's just picked as kind of almost like a substitute for Karma. I'm not really sure why they pick him. But in a lane where you just want a lot of poke, maybe you just want to stun. Karma doesn't have that instead of the team fighting stuff. Maybe just want a little bit more damage, you want to stun. I don't know, I'd have to see it. I don't know how it's actually doing at Worlds either. I feel like when people have played it, I feel like they've lost with it. But I'm not 100%.
World's gonna burn. Blazing by fire.
Sorry, my chat, I can't see it right now for some reason. I don't know why it minimized. Well, we're just going into farm it out mode, I guess. Okay, so this time do we want Shirelias? I don't think so. They have a lot of burst, especially Electrocute Diana, Hecarim. We could go lock it.
Way more give up the rules.
Do we need damage to actually kill them? I mean, it'd be nice to kill Twitch quickly. The fuck, Kaisa?
Living the dream.
She needed one more auto to trigger her passive. Wow, that's pretty troll. I mean, if she flashed, she would have forced their flash and their heal. She probably could have just exhausted the Twitch and just run up, honestly.
Evil loves me.
That was like such an easy all-in situation there that she just passed on. I mean, we're gonna get a push. It's not the end of the world. But just one of those, like, ADCs not understanding matchups. Really wish I could get a book or something early to press this advantage and get more kill pressure, but
Riku, I
just
did
the
not
best items on Rakan right now are not
I
book
recognize
items.
you could hold my mirror and tell me I look good.
I don't know. Shirelia's is still good. I just don't think we need it with this comp.
First blood.
Okay, good. I don't know, maybe Mandate is something I should look at again. I haven't tried Mandate in a while. I know it doesn't have a great win rate, but it does add that extra damage. You get the AP, you don't get the extra survivability, but it does give you the movement speed and the extra damage. Maybe I'll try it again in some matchups. I guess I could have gotten the Magi's item. Like, obviously not the whole Magi's, but the 350 gold one. I should look at that item a lot more. Yeah, Kaisa really shouldn't have been scared of that. There's Hecarim. There's Hecarim. Yeah. It's possible Twitch is coming up. He could be here too. We don't know. He went invisible and went in the river. Okay, here he is. He's here.
Diana's probably. Oh, she's not.
Fuck, I got stunned. God, fuck, I'm dead. Oh my god, the ghost. My E timed. If I didn't get stunned right at the start of that, I mean, I guess I could still do Mandate here. Can't I? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the fucking ghost. I still think that's a bad rune on Twitch, but it worked out right there.
Let's destroy everything they hold dear and then laugh in their faces.
I mean, tempo doesn't get as much value off of Twitch because usually you show up and just start firing. And by the time tempo's warmed up, your ult's already gone. I think Hail has potential on Twitch too. Wait, no, he does have tempo. What am I thinking? I guess instead of heal. I guess it's fine. And Ghost. Man, if I just flashed that stun and went in, we could have had him. I just wasn't even watching the dinger for the stun, honestly. Warm up then ult. I mean, you could, but usually you want to open from invisibility with your ult because you get extra. I've got lag. You get extra attack speed when you come out of invisibility for 5 seconds. And I think it's about the same length as your ult, so you really want your ult to be ticking while you get that extra attack speed. Kai'Sa's doing well. Sort of. Depends on what you mean by well. We missed a kill early. It could have, like, really hard dominated the lane. I think going even in this lane versus Twitch is probably not good enough. I mean, Kaisa does scale. Twitch could be coming. I don't know where he is.
I do what I want. No star.
Okay. Yeah.
Good guys, just kill themselves.
We gotta wait on this wave, I think. Hecarim is going to do a lot of damage, but we also need to kill him. Fuck. Twitch is gonna roll up.
That's three.
God, we're losing such a fucking huge ass wave on that tower.
Doing the right thing. Boring. I'm way more fun
Really sucks. Yeah, we got a kill. I mean, I guess we're not down. They're gonna get 4.
An enemy has been slain.
We're just camping top. I mean, Wukong did try to come down bottom, but the whole thing was fucked. But they were still missing.
I don't like being alone. Oh, and spiky space squids are the worst.
But they had no sum, so like he should have calmed down again. I don't know. I say it every time, right? It's all about. Yeah, but it's too fucking late, man. I mean, I guess we're not like that far behind, but he's got 4 plates. If he was. Fuck. Okay, she ulted, missed. Did Hecarim die?
No.
Fuck.
See? Boring. Let's start fight. Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
Fuck! Damn it, I've been cut so many times by these flashes. I need to time it better. It's like we're not taking advantage of the flash being down, and then it's like literally within like 15 seconds of when it comes up. Then we try to make a play, and then they get value out of the flash. But yeah, like in a Twitch lane, Twitch needs to be down 20 CS, not even. I mean, at least they don't have an enchanter with him. Well, that's kind of the one saving grace here. It's not a Lulu or something with him.
It's not that I completely lost my sense of color.
Dinger's gonna get my control word here, probably. Yeah.
Leaving a dark, very good-looking soul.
And we're gonna lose our tower right here. Hecarim's probably gonna die bottom with Diana. Okay, no, I guess they're fighting over blue.
Ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Huh.
Enemy has been
Well, that was a
slain.
bloodbath. I wish there was a defensive AP item for supports.
Thanks, Riku. Real cool.
I guess about as close as it's gonna get is Mandate. In the sense of, like, you get some movement speed. I mean, Shurelya's kind of gives movement speed, too. I mean, it does. But, I don't know, maybe I should go Shurelya's here. It can help potentially reposition. I mean, it can get Wukong in there, which is huge.
This place looked different when we were
gonna flip it. Alright. Oh, is there one right there? Okay. Crown? Yeah, you're right. I could think about Crown more. It's not as cheap as a support item, but it's not that bad. It's like 28. Yeah, maybe I should look at those AP items more, especially Crown. I did have some success with Crown. It depends on how much poke they have to get rid of it, but it'd be pretty good against them. Really just wish there was something like that could help the team out. Oh. Oh. Woof. Oh, damn it. Oh, hey, can you get me jump? I'm close. I'm close.
I'm trying.
Ah!
I didn't want to die. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
That's alright. Man, I almost saved that fucking Yone too. I W'd over to get the heal on him. I guess I'm gonna get Australia's. Yeah, we did get on a little bit earlier. Fucking dinger.
I might get him here.
Just fattening him up for the slaughter.
That's right.
He still has a 200 gold. Or unless it doesn't go away. I think it would show... Oh, there it goes. Okay. About to say, he still has 200 after a kill? Or after a death? Bait him. Oh my god. This Kai'Sa's so freaking scared. Now we need more help.
Which mid?
An enemy has been slain.
Where's Wukong? What the fuck is everybody doing? They're just gonna get mid-tower. Yeah, he might be coming down. I had him cut off for a little bit. We knew where he was, but... Really? How the fuck do they have that warded? Alright, Twitch is top. He's probably gonna get top tower, but we can get a dragon for it, I guess. They don't have that much healing. I guess I'll go ahead and get Grievous. We don't have any Grievous, right? No. I'll get it for Hecarim. I feel like that item is kind of a trap. But... Yone does not have TP. We gotta back up.
Destroyed a turret.
Now, if we can stop their back.
My cloak is woven.
I can run him down.
I didn't get the angle on him. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's ult for your ult.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Damn it. Kai'Sa's fucking caught. Hecarim right here. But
Oh, fuck.
I was thinking about that Tom Brady divorce stuff. Okay. Top of the chat on PC now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I obviously can't control anything like that. I'm not sure. It still just shows me full screen stuff on PC. YouTube, I'll give them this. They let you skip after 5 seconds the vast majority of the time. So, like, Twitch hits you with, like, those 30-second, you know, stacks that are unskippable. I mean, honestly, 5 seconds is enough to put the idea in your mind, and you can decide if it's something you're interested in or not. I think that's a fair assessment. Or that's a reasonable system. I mean, if there were no ads to make up for that, you'd have to charge, like, a fucking lot of money. You have to pay, like, $100 a month or something to use YouTube. Everyone would have to do it. If there were no ads.
Doing the right thing was boring. I'm way more fun now.
I don't know, like, so many content creators are, like, making money through non-ad mediated things, though, with getting their own sponsorship deals and stuff, their own personal ads, that they might be able to get away with just paying content creators a hell of a lot less by running less ads and just telling them, go find your own money. I mean, that's what a lot of people are doing anyways, because so many people violate, you know, some version of YouTube's monetization. God, that shit is fucking annoying, though. It's like Zyra's plants, but even worse. Those turrets defending pink wards. So we're gonna... I don't have any sweepers or anything. I think take a look at it. We know where Hecarim is. I think they're probably coming. Okay, alright. Wow. Alright, Yone. Yeah, we got 4 dead. Should do something here. Man. Getting it almost all up. Yone did the hold my beer move. Yeah, but he didn't fall off a roof or something. He actually, you know, did a triple backflip in a parking lot and landed on his feet. Dude, I remember there's this kid in middle school, it's like in 7th grade or something, who could just like, he was this little, like kind of
Stars are just sad.
gangster black kid. I mean, there's just not any other way around it. It was like you would not expect him to be like this graceful, and he just like, you know, he just didn't look like he even would be interested in being graceful. But just out of nowhere, people would be like, I can't remember his name. It might have been Purnell or something. But it's like, hey man, do a backflip, and he just could just like do it, just standing there on the concrete, just out of nowhere. It's like, what? It was like this random awesome talent. God. Roof runners, yeah. I can't do a backflip. The parkour stuff. I used to watch some psychedelic trance with like parkour. They had like some parkour footage running in the background. It was pretty cool when I was like grading some essays. Oh, is pre-patch live? I was gonna ask you, yeah, what your opinion of that was if you did it, because I'm trying to decide, should I go ahead and get on and like, is there anything for me to do until it comes out? Because I heard the professions, like the new profession system isn't really usable until it comes out. Like people said you don't even need to level your professions right now. Is that true? That if you just start on as a fresh player, everybody starts at 0 profession and then works their way up? Because I was just going to get on and just level up professions and level up some characters. Okay, well maybe doing the catch-up gear and doing that would be a nice way to kind of learn the class and kind of figure out what I want to do. Still leaning towards Monk. Oh, okay, so they're totally separate. So I can just come in and start a whole new profession if I want to, like right when it starts. I know, but I don't even have to level it, right? Like, I don't have to level, like, 0 to 300 with old recipes and crap and spend all that gold leveling it. I just roll right up, you know, say that I want to be Jewel Crafter or something, and then just start fresh. I mean, one thing is I was like, is there any way I could make any amount of gold that would matter at all? Like, I'd have to level up professions now, but then there's kind of no point in doing it if it's just going to reset anyways. And people aren't going to be spending a lot of gold right now. A lot of people are going to be holding it. I know, like, okay, so I understand you have to level that expansion's crafting, but what I'm saying is, does leveling the old stuff before the new expansion comes out, does that give me any benefit at all? Is there any benefit to leveling a craft before that? Okay. Other than just if I want to try to make money beforehand. Okay. So don't need to do that. So it'd really just kind of be leveling up, practicing classes, maybe making some gold, doing dailies or something. I don't know. Okay. I'm not really a mount person. I don't really care about that. I think it's cool they have it in the game. Like, that's just gives people... I think anything that gives people more stuff to do that's not just raiding is good. But I personally... I'll probably like Mythic Plus. I've never done Mythic Pluses. I'll probably like that. I'll probably do some kind of raiding. Hopefully I can get on some like Mythic, team that actually stays together, or just pug a Mythic or something. If I get on a big server, maybe pugging could be okay for some Mythics. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't want to pug the whole thing, but I'm saying, like, if there's 19 people and they're like, hey, we need a healer. You know, that kind of thing. If they give me a fair role on stuff. I'm almost positive you wouldn't kill Shyvana, right? Or Sylvanas. Yeah, she's a main character. I don't know the lore. Jailer, I don't know, maybe. Seems less main. Ooh.
The heart is the strongest.
Cleanse on Lucian? What kind of bitch mode shit is that? What are you cleansing? Nami Bubble? She went crazy. I guess that's true, but it just feels like it's just someone that you don't kill off. Like, it's... I think the intellectual property is probably too good. I don't know. They've killed off other main people that were cool, too. Presumably. Illidan, stuff like that. I mean, they have, like, time travel and, like, spiritual world traveling and shit. It's not like there's not any way to bring these people back in any universe, I guess, right? Yeah, I'm not really in it for the lore. I mean, maybe if I followed it, that'd be cool. It's just the gameplay looks pretty fun. I'm probably, like I said, Monk is what I'm leaning towards most. If I had to rank it right now, what I'd want to do, Monk, Druid, or Disc Priest. But I'm going to have to, like, walk through, you know, look at some guides and just think about, like, okay, what's this gameplay actually going to be like? I like mobility, I like instant cast stuff, and I like procs and, like, reacting to procs.
Braum is on the job.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Disc is interesting. I've heard Disc is one of the highest skill cap ones.
Seconds until minions spawn.
Their damage rotation looks interesting.
Even him.
Where you're, you know, it's like power word shield, renew, power word shield to kind of set up all the atonements, but then you can also decide, am I going to throw in some smites? Am I going to throw in some holy fires? One of their talents is like, if you use a holy spell, then your next shadow spell deals 15% more damage and vice versa, so you just like alternate.
Minions have spawned.
Just watch cutscenes on YouTube. It's 20 minutes to catch up. Okay.
Move like they hurt.
Lich King and Deathwing. All you care about is getting the loot a lot of times. Yeah, true. I mean, Final Fantasy, I didn't get through all of the story. I did care some, but I wasn't, like, ultra invested. But I only got through the first 2 expansions. But there were a few things where I was like, man, fuck that guy. And there's a couple of people that were kind of interesting. If I'm thinking, man, fuck that guy, like, it's probably a good story, because I care enough to, like, hate that character. Like Joffrey or something, you know, from Game of Thrones.
I cannot stand him. I remember we were going at it. Talking about him.
Yeah.
When he finally fucking died, I was like so happy.
Oh, yeah.
Got it all punked up exactly what he had coming to him.
Oh, yeah, everyone is happy about that. Sometimes, you know, you gotta have somebody to hate. Keeps it interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta catch up in House of the Dragon, man, but there's definitely a few characters I want to see die in that show.
Problem. You got to
Probably won't be the ones that die, but
Maybe 3
I'll have to
seasons
see.
later.
maybe 3 seasons later. But you gotta build it up, man. You don't want that instant satisfaction.
Right.
Killing Ramsay, Jon Snow killing Ramsay was pretty satisfying too.
Oh my god, yeah, for sure.
And just the way it fucking went down. Well, I guess Jon didn't do it. Sansa finished him off, which was pretty touching too. I like that.
That was like the best.
Yeah. Fed him to his own dogs.
Dude, there was a lot of good revenge. Like,
Yeah. Oh, dude, Arya, man, too. That was awesome, killing all the Freys.
when that was like when it starts off like
Yeah.
so you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That was one of the best, like, openers.
Like, you're gonna open with that?
Yeah.
Mother always said,
Dude, are they seriously? How the fuck do they have that spider sense, man? What the fuck? I don't have my W. Okay, well, at least I traded flashes with her. No, no, no. Auto attack him, Lucian, you little bitch! Auto attack him! Dude, this fucking Lucian. Unbelievable. Actually unbelievable.
Braum lives another day.
Actually unbelievable.
I wish I was looking to see what you were saying.
Dude, it was like, he fucking ran away, he had like 300 health.
You're just like, LOL.
Like, what did the wave have to do with you running away and not fucking auto-attacking with Braum stacks on the Jhin? Like, yeah, sure, it's not ideal for Volibear to gank until that wave is clear. True, I'll give you that. That has nothing to do with why you're a little bitch. Just say it, man. I'm a coward. I don't know this champion. I don't know how to play it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It all starts with admitting the truth.
Even heavy
It might have even set you free.
That's right. That will set you free. And you'll quit looking for excuses and say, hey, you know what? Maybe I should have been aggressive there.
feel this hero.
I think this is the last time I try to pick around a Lucian, like, ever. Like, there are certain combos, and he gets so, like, empowered if you have a smart Lucian. Fuck, I'm dead, aren't I? Well, here's the squad. You know, like if you have Nami with him or Lucian with him, like all these champs can be good, but the Lucian has to actually be aggressive. Lucian's just completely worthless if you don't like bully and lane with him. Yeah, that's one thing I'm looking forward to, is not having to worry about like artifact things. It seems like it's gonna. I think a lot of people did not like those systems. Just like really grindy.
Life is good, no?
Hey, did he put his head down?
Did he actually get an assist on it?
I mean, it showed you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or did you just put your head down and just...
Yeah, no, I fucking did all of that. He may have gotten an assist, but...
Problem. You come to me.
Yeah, it was like 90% me on that. So, but I guess he touched her before I got there. Nah, he was really low on that one for the Jhin, so that one was a little more understandable. And I could solo the Jhin right there, because Jhin was also at like 200 health, so that one's more understandable, to be fair. I don't know if I'm going to be able to mythic. I mean, I'm going to try. Like, I can find the time to do it. It's just, will other people actually do it? Like, that's the real question. All the guilds I was in that I tried in, like, WoD, like, 4 or 5 different guilds. And I was even trying to, like, basically guild lead 3 of them. And combine guilds and all of this. And Just people were so against pugging, the culture back then. No one wanted to pug anyone from Mythic because people didn't want to risk, like, missing out on loot. I said just bring in a pug and just give them a roll, right? You have 2 pugs in a 20 stack. You still have a 90% chance of every piece of loot going to someone in the guild. But you know what? If you don't kill the boss, if you don't do the raid that week, you have a 0% chance. So it's like, what do you want to do? Like, actually do the raid with a couple of pugs or not do it? That was my thought. But a lot of people are just like, if we don't have a full guild run, I'd rather just not fucking raid. And then you have other people leaving, right? You miss 1 week, you have a couple of people that leave, go to another guild. You miss another week of raiding, lose another couple of people. That's just how it goes. But I think now, I think now people are probably a little more like friendly towards pugs. We're so far behind. Are we gonna get... Okay, Evelyn's top.
Oh, that's not good.
Can we do this? They've got it back, right?
Oh.
I'm surprised Lucian, he cleansed before the W even hit him. That's why cleanse is just too hard for a lot of players to use, I believe.
When going gets tough, you call Braum. Life is good, no?
That's funny, Faded. I couldn't stay, I don't think.
Sight is the key to victory. Also,
Echo might be coming down.
Yeah. I need to get a ward somewhere in there. Watch his, because they love using that little blast plant. Okay. Put a ward right there.
you come to me.
Really? The fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. I guess I could have shielded that wave with my E. I didn't think that'd kill him. He has flash! What the fuck? They don't even have ignite. Lord. Surprised Eve wasn't there. Yeah. No, I definitely can. I don't know if I had the angle because I was right in Jin's face, so I'm not sure if I had the angle to block it though. But I mean, maybe the correct play is just to hit the ult, Q Jin, and then drop back on the Lucian and shield instead of going for autos. I just want to make sure we got the kill. This Lucian, like, just doesn't commit sometimes. And I didn't think Nami was going to kill with that wave.
Try to get a ward in here if they're pushing.
Okay. It's going to be a little tricky to get behind him, but...
You're good. I mean, if not, no big deal.
Okay.
You can all
I don't think I can. Eve might be around. Wait, why is Lucian backing?
Braum is on the job.
That goes missing.
Just getting fucking body, dude. Lucian's just so bad in solo queue.
I'm coming down.
Why did I even try?
Oh shit. Oh, so close.
Your turret has been destroyed.
It's very important to take time to rest.
I should have just run. As soon as they started going. Because they just deleted him. He's so squishy. Damn, I didn't even get the assist. He still got it, which is nice, but...
I should be able to match the GP. I still have TP for it.
Lucian just not interested in this wave, I guess. Someone needs to come get this wave.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna get drag off that. Don't you get worse teammates when you duo? Not in a statistically significant way. I don't think.
Let us go.
I mean, if you look at their MMR, right, it's like, or like their LP, they might be at most half a rank lower, but it's not even that much, I don't think.
If you have problems, look up to me.
It just feels like it in bot lane because I point everything out. And I think my macro knowledge is much better than my mechanical, or like my self-control.
You are safe with Braum.
So I can like notice a lot of this stuff that seems really bad, but that I don't have the self-control not to get caught as much as I should with the Lucian. Right? Like, otherwise I'd be a higher rank. Okay. Fuck.
Mother always said, don't lose.
Has been slain.
He's close to dying.
Sometimes
Well.
icy heart just needs
Jin uses Gale.
I'd be able to get him.
always trust Braum. Braum is on the job.
Yeah, Lucian got mercs. I mean, is he auto-filled? He plays so scared. That's why ADC I think is the hardest role on average to play, because you just have to be, you have to know the limits really well, and you just have to be bold, right? Like, you gotta just maximize your use of range and your auto attacks.
Ooh, we get this?
Yeah. They don't run. Yeah, they're gonna run.
Move like they heard.
There's gonna be a lot of people there, probably.
Ooh, that's pretty clutch.
Oh, Lucian's probably dead, maybe?
An
No,
ally
maybe
has
not.
been slain.
Dude, this is fucking ridiculous what this Jin's getting away with. This is like such an insane diff. Well, I mean, we're still in it, like, sort of. And just the problem is if you're bad on ADC, if you just play like a little bitch, like, you just don't do anything for your team. You know, if you're playing a tank that has CC, or even just like a poke mage or something where you can hang back and, you know, throw some spells, right, you can still do stuff, right? But if you're scared as ADC, that's like the absolute worst role to be scared on, I think, on average, because you don't do anything. If you're not auto-attacking, you're worthless. There are some differences, but yeah, you can't be passive. That's right. Lucian's like the worst one, right? If you're gonna be really passive, like, play Ezreal. He's a glorified spellcaster that buys ADC items.
You come to me first.
Or if you're just gonna passively farm and hope to do something later, like at least just play Jinx or something. Yeah, they're gonna be coming down here for this Volibear. It's so obvious. They'd run.
Killing spree.
Who could have guessed? Shit. He's probably dead.
I wonder what's around next month.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, those you still need to be aggressive, though, eventually. Because you're so short range. I think just play Kog'Maw or Jinx if you're going to do that and just pray that your team can frontline.
Mother always
But I still think ultimate, like, fuck, I misclicked. God damn it, I'm dead on that. I hate that so much when I click on a piece of terrain and it just like goes and freaks out and goes in some random direction. Yeah, I mean, you're true. You're right, in lane, but this isn't just an in lane thing. This is like just overall. Just low range ADCs are not for noobs.
Rome lives another day.
Or just play like 400 farm Sivir, right? Just push everything and then go do something else. You have press R, right? So you can boost your team into fights.
Fight this?
We don't have Volibear. I'm not gonna get that. Volibear's just, you know, randomly going bottom when Baron's up. Okay, they're not doing it, thank God, but...
Braum is on the job.
I already used my dodge. About to say, I should have just dodged as soon as I saw cleanse on Lucian.
Has destroyed a turret.
But you just can't.
Even the heaviest door can be opened.
No, not Zig. Yeah, I mean, you could play... if you're a one-trick Ziggs or Cassiopeia or something, sure. But, yeah, in general, they're not that great. Well, I mean, I guess we're getting a couple of towers. Maybe he thinks we can't win a team fight. That's probably true right now. Well, he better be able to hard carry on that bear. He just got funneled a lot of gold. He did get a death cap.
I'm about to get mine too.
Okay.
No time for worrying.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's a really tough order to give up Baron. To be fair, though, if Lucian didn't get caught and killed right there, he probably gets away with that bottom, maybe. But what? That's it? Damage? He's got 3 items, including a fucking death cap, and that's all he does to Nami with a Q? Oh my god, everybody's just dead.
Ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
I couldn't do anything for that Evelyn. I tried to block her E, but she just flashed me. I don't know. As much as I do like Braum in some matchups, he just doesn't have as much protection in a lot of against divers as Rakan does. Like, if I had Guardian plus my E shield and I could charm the Eve, then I think I could have saved the Lucian there, probably. Yeah, I mean, I've seen AP Volley be a thing. I don't know about going that far with it. I think most people just do Riftmaker, Nashers. I think they nerfed the AP ratio. I mean, in theory... in theory, he's very, very good with Lucian. Because Lucian, you know, can proc his passive so fast. That's a classic combos. That's why I picked it. And I've done, like, okay on Braum over the past couple of days. If I lose this one, I think I'll be -1. But it's like, if I need a tanky peeler...
You are safe with Braum.
But it's really just, like, a good combination with Lucian. It's like, okay, we can slam this lane.
Ally has been slain.
That's twice I've been burned picking around Lucians.
Your team has destroyed.
Like I said earlier, though, where it's like...
An enemy has been slain.
I don't remember. It was like sometime earlier this week. Okay. Did they get Dragon? Yeah.
Fuck.
It would have been
Help,
nice if
help.
we could cash that in. Gangplank's right there. Oh, are we just running? Oh, I'm just dead. I guess I missed the memo. Can I get a jump, maybe? Oh. Fucking hell. I feel so squishy as Braum. I don't know, like, it's stupid, like, why, but...
Holy shit, I did so much damage.
Yeah, the fucking Jhin is just lighting people up.
It's very important. Pay
would you feel about trying to catch a pass over the middle if Prime Ray Lewis was in your vicinity?
I'd see the light probably. As in, hopefully heaven, or 'cause I'm probably gonna die. Dude, I can't imagine it if I am.
I was watching some like his highlights or something of his hits. There was some thing where he just like blasted this guy over the middle, and they said the master of disaster or something.
They'd get kicked out of the league if they did the shit that they did back then.
Yeah, probably. God, he's so fucking mobile. I mean, Volley's fucking going. He's gonna... Well, shit. There's GP. Oh my god.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Even the heaviest door can be opened.
Oh, don't do it to me. He did it to me. I'm gonna die. Why is he so fast? What is that? Fleet last that long? I guess he got, like, his auto attack gives him speed and he gets fleet. Or yeah, crit. His... Alright, back to Rakan. I forgot. I thought it was his 4th shot. It's just every shot. It's rough. Yeah, they used to hit him a bit different back then.
Yes, they did.
Some occasional, you know, some more helmet to helmet.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty much. I'm not trying to say like they didn't even really look at that like helmet to helmet. They did if it was like completely like okay.
Yeah. Like drilled him right on the head, but if you just nicked him, yeah, they just kind of let it go.
Yeah, it's pretty insane now. Which I know they're trying to protect the players, but sometimes, you know, it is a contact sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's partially sometimes the offensive player's fault, or whoever's getting hit, right? They'll lower their head, right, when someone's coming in for a tackle. They'll kind of, like, crumple up, you know?
I feel bad for, like, defensive players, because, like, they'll do a good hit and they'll get called for it now. It's like,
Yeah.
what more can you have somebody do?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they, like, crumple up and you're just trying to tackle them in the midsection, and your helmet happens to tick them because they have bad positioning.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like, the positioning, like, if you have bad positioning when you're tackling, you're gonna get called.
Yeah. Or even, like I was saying, like, the offensive player, if they have bad, like, positioning, right? If they're, like, bringing their head down as they know they're about to get hit, like, I mean, I guess you have to, like, actually tackle them by the legs. But, yeah. Reggie White, Julius Pepper, yeah.
Please kill him.
Fuck. I missed. I think we still get him, though. What the fuck? He did 3,000 damage to me, like, basically instantly.
I was wrong.
I haven't watched Peppers.
Damn, that's a full build.
Yeah, they just do so much more damage we do. I was watching, yeah, just Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Ed Reed wasn't like... I mean, for a safety, he hit pretty hard.
He was a
Yeah.
shutdown safety corner.
Yeah. And Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor looked like his highlight reel, he was wrapping people up. He was mostly like rushing the quarterback instead of just like clapping people in the middle of the field. The Giants player, I think, was Lawrence Taylor. Yeah. He was just destroying QBs. I mean, I'm sure he hit people like open field too, but I think that's like, that was one of like Ray especially, it was his big thing, was he just kind of hang out in the middle of the field and he was just always going to wherever the action was. But that's what I love, man. I love that hard-hitting defensive football. I'm much more excited by like a really hard hit than I am, you know, a lot of touchdown passes. Unless it's particularly crazy. Like one-handed catch, you know, in the end zone type of thing. I love those Ravens versus Steelers in the mid-2000s. Those like 3 to 6 games. Yeah, I've tried Braum. I think I'm actually negative on him now. I just feel worthless if he's not like in the right situation. Kind of like, I think that's what what Curdy said earlier. It's just usually Lucian is the right situation, but the Tua thing, yeah, I didn't see like the Tua hit, but I heard about that. I heard him talking about it in terms of Tom Brady, why they called that, you know, quote unquote sling down on Tom Brady, which
Yeah, that's bullshit.
that was bullshit. I mean, Tom even kind of knew that was bullshit. He mentioned, like in an interview, he kind of smirked or something at that. He knows he kind of.
Yeah, he's like, I don't call the flags.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. He doesn't.
He's right. He doesn't. Yeah.
I mean, and then of course he benefited, you know, from that famous one in the snowy field, the tuck rule thing. You know, that was bullshit too. But you know, if you play as long as Tom does, you're gonna get some calls that go your way and some calls that don't. You know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he's right. He doesn't. He just like everybody else. You know, if he doesn't like what's happening, he's gonna complain to the refs, just like everybody. And then sometimes the refs listen, sometimes they don't. I mean, that's what you got to do to maximize being a player. It's kind of like working in a restaurant. You're always working the hostesses. The host saying, hey, man, like, that last party, you know, or that last table sucked, dude. They tipped me like $3. Give me a good table here, you know? Or like, give me this party that's coming in. They tried to ban, you know, servers from talking to the hostesses, but, you know, a lot of the servers that made the most money were finding ways to get in their ear, right? And say, hey, you know, like, either befriend them and kind of, you know, smooze them into giving them good stuff, or like try to guilt trip them into giving good stuff. There are a lot of different strategies. I never really like tried to press them or press the manager for like a, you know, preferable schedule. A lot of those hustling servers would come up talking to the manager, hey, give me this closing shift, or, you know, give me these opening shifts. Go out and drink with them after work and stuff like that. Go play golf with them. But I didn't really hate on it. Like, I know that's the game. That's how you played it. I was just like, man, I'm just going to come in, fucking clock in, get my money and go home. Well, that's not entirely true. I did go out drinking with them some. I did go out clubbing with the hostesses sometimes, back when clubs were a thing. But
I remember those days.
that was fun, man. I liked it.
Dude, it was. I loved it.
Nowadays, I guess there probably are still clubs, but
Yeah.
it's probably not quite the same.
No.
It probably is a bad business model, honestly, because you're constantly gonna get like underage people getting drinks there. It's gonna be fights, drug deals. I mean, depending on the club, you know, it's gonna attract a lot of misbehavior. They banned Rakan? Wait, did I ban Rakan?
Yeah, you did.
Oh my god. Well, fuck, alright. Wasn't paying attention. Like, who the fuck bans Rakan? I guess I could have done Blitz into Thresh. Oh, we're not doing Glacial, I don't think. Not in this matchup. What? Jungle Blitz? Yeah, it can't be solo lane Thresh. It's got Jungle Blitz. For attack speed, I guess so. Multi-hunter zombie ward.
Try and kill this dude.
Auto HDR is on. That is kind of a cool feature where the graphics card will try to make it HDR in the game, even if the game doesn't support it. For those of you, anytime you're getting, the next time you get a new TV, I think some new phones have it, just get HDR. If you have an option, if it's not too expensive, like, look for that on it. Full HDR, man, and, like, it'll blow your mind. Like, the colors. You guys will see what I'm talking about. It really is. It feels like it's a bigger deal than 4K. Probably. Like, I feel like it's a lot more noticeable. I think you can only do HDR and 4K, so I don't know if you could do those separately, but I think seeing the HDR is the bigger deal than going from, like, 1080 to 4K. This TV I got, I mean, for Black Friday, if they're still around, I'll have to remember exactly what it is, but it was a pretty good deal. With inflation, maybe it's gone up. But kind of for what it was like 30% off. So I think it was still like $1,000, which is still a lot, but it's a big ass TV that also works as like a really good monitor if you don't mind using a TV as a monitor. So it's basically, you know, the equivalent of having a high-end monitor and having a high-end TV at the same time. What? Yeah, flash, dude. God damn it, I'm gonna have to flash now, too. So stupid. Thresh flash, too? I don't know. Probably not. He's probably got Hex Flash. Guess we should have let that go. Yeah, man. Yeah, stock's not doing great this year. I think the S&P 500 is down like 22% or something. There's really no way around that unless you're just like hyper focused on like commodities. Which remember I told you guys earlier in the year about real estate, oil, stuff like that. But even some commodity companies, I haven't really looked, but stuff like oil processors like Exxon and shit are doing well. Dude, is this guy fucking serious? Oh my god. Why the fuck is he still there? Bro, we're getting fucking trolled. No, not Bitcoin. Bitcoin's fucking garbage. I know you guys are trolling me with that. Bitcoin's down more than the stock market is. Bitcoin's down, like, off of its high. It's probably down 70% this year. Yeah, solar energy, you're gonna get fucking blasted. That's basically a tech stock. It's probably down, I would guess, 70%. A lot of tech stocks are down 70%, which is ridiculous. They're gonna go back. As soon as they stop raising rates, I think they all go up 20%. Which they'd still be down a lot, just not quite as much. Please tell me Rengar is just murdering him on CS at least. I don't think he is though. Rengar is just such a shit champ right now. I don't know. Hopefully we can do it. I mean, obviously he has nothing to do with us fucking up down here, but it just feels like it's going to be really hard to chill and get carried. I mean, maybe. Clear this, Ezreal. Clear it, bro. Please, Ezreal, hit a fucking Q! Oh my god, dude. This is so depressing. I mean, he like full cleared, I guess, Wolves and Gromp. It just took him forever because he's so slow as Blitzcrank. God damn it. Now I'm gonna die too. Dude. God damn. Yeah, there's not that many people. There are people that are rich off crypto, but it's a Ponzi scheme, man. Like, it does not have a lot of inherent value. It just goes up because people want to buy it, right? It's like gold. It's like New Age gold. Gold has some utility in, like, some, you know, computer shit. And, like, people use it as jewelry. At least you can, like, it's got that aspect to it. But really, it doesn't do a lot. But crypto almost does, like, stone cold nothing. It can be a medium of exchange that's different, but the thesis behind it was just so bad, and I've been saying that ever since people have been asking about it for years. You know, people think it's a safe, like, that it's a store of value, right? That it's a replacement. They said the same shit about gold, where they're like, oh, when the dollar starts falling, when inflation's up, gold's going to go really far up. Crypto's going to go up. It's like, no, it's not. People are going to sell their bullshit stuff and keep stuff that actually has value. Oh my god. Let's just read that like a book. I mean, it feels like we're down 30 kills. It's not like that yet, but I mean, you got to keep in mind, there's also people that got rich off of, like, normal stocks, too, right? Like, there's a lot of people that got rich off of, you know, buying Apple when it first came out, or buying Facebook on its IPO. Or even being risky, like, with certain companies, right? Some kind of drug company that had a phase 3 trial, right? Like, people make a lot of money off that. But that at least has a very clear thesis, right? It's like, that's understandable. Okay, they get approval for this new drug, it's skyrocketing. They don't, it loses a lot of money. Like, you can understand it. You know when to get in and when to get out if you want to play that game. Right? But with Bitcoin, who the hell knows? Right? It's so arbitrary. It's like, are people feeling it today or not? It's just like all sentiment. It's all hype. God, dude. Fucking Blitz. Wait. Is that Blade of the Ruined King Blitzcrank? What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, you just want a diversified portfolio, S&P 500, and right options on it. That's what I think is your best bet. S&P 500 is down 22%. I think I'm down 14% on the year so far. And I got blown the fuck out early on because I was over-leveraged to tech. But since I started doing this S&P 500 stuff, it's been a lot better. He still dies there, right? Okay. I've been doing a little bit better, but that's just de-risking, right? It's when if you're writing defensive options like that, fuck, what do I get? I guess I just get mercs. Then you're taking risk off the table, like you're de-risking a little bit. Now they're in debt. Yeah, especially people that leveraged money, that borrowed a lot of money to invest in Bitcoin, really got fucking blown out. Some of these companies, like Robinhood, I think they were giving out a ton of leverage. They were giving out like a ton of leverage to people for pretty cheap, and they weren't really like vetting it. Like classic brokers like E-Trade and stuff like that, you have to have so much invested, you have to have so much experience before they'll give you like a margin account and so much leverage. I feel like Robinhood is just like giving that shit out to amateurs that like don't know what they're doing. And a lot of people are just getting blown out with it. Oh my god, dude. So much fucking damage. Okay, she's dead though, right? God, please, Rengar, clean this shit up. Oh, he doesn't have his ult. Is he gonna get him? Oh, he's not gonna fucking get him, I don't think.
I'm coming. I'll help him. Well, I might be
He's gonna get gerbated. No? I guess they get out. Procter and Gamble. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, defensive stocks with high dividends. Is that what PG&E is? Oil will go down eventually, but honestly, probably not anytime soon. Like, green energy is still quite a ways off, and you got to remember a bunch of third world countries, or not necessarily third world, but like second world countries, right? Like India and China. They have so many people, they need so much energy, they're just going to be using oil for a long time. Like, the US and Europe might be able to get a better, you know, cleaner energy grid, but a lot of the population is still going to be on that coal. It might go back down, but geopolitical tension, unfortunately, is probably not going down. It doesn't look like Russia or Ukraine are going to give up on that. And then you've got tension with China. Who knows if that's ever going to turn into anything. You've got mounting tension, you know, with Saudi Arabia, obviously Iran. So there's like so much geopolitical risk. And the thing about something like Exxon, hey, thanks, Alan. I really appreciate it, man. Thing about Exxon too is it has a really good dividend, or it did historically. I don't know what it is now, but it's probably still like 4%. Fuck, he might is dead, probably. Oh my god. Fuck, I should not have been there. Really wish I didn't ban Rakan. Yeah, just options on S&P 500 is what I like. Defensive options, covered calls, selling puts, without much leverage is, I think, the way to go. Real estate is still good, but like, only if you've already got it, right? At 7% interest rate on houses and stuff, it's a lot tougher. But if you took advantage of those, you know, low rates, like I was talking about again for years. I mean, it's not like I know, it's not like I'm a rocket scientist, right? Like everybody knew it was a good investment, or at least a lot of people did. You know,
the Rune King Blitz. We're literally gonna lose to this shit.
Yep. I don't know if I can get her. Thresh is there. You're there.
Yeah,
I don't know if Blitz is there. Fucking hell. So fast with those Mobies. Actually being renewable. That'd be interesting. Corporation's hiding it? I don't know. Hey, I appreciate it. While renting instead of borrowing at 7. It does make rents look a little more attractive. I mean, rent goes up too with inflation, but yeah. It's expensive to repair shit now too, because inflation's up, so you gotta, you know, fucking broken window or something, or you gotta replace your HVAC, or, you know, some kind of random housing shit. You know, it's probably a lot more expensive. Obviously, energy costs are up. So yeah, I mean, renting, you get a good rent, especially if it's like, there's some places like rent controlled or rent lot stuff. It's looking pretty good. Landlords need to get nerfed, yeah.
This game is so lopsided right now. Ez is 0-4. Yone's 0-5.
I've died 5 times. Yeah, it's really bad. But it's like, it's still kind of winnable. Like, we're only down 5 deaths. It just feels horrible.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely winnable.
It feels horrible, but like, Poppy's gonna get top. This is one of those where it's like, it sucks or I want to FF, but we definitely can still win.
Oh my god.
I can hit her. She's gonna get lanterned probably, but...
No, you already used it.
Oh, okay. Damn it, I didn't get the auto. Okay, well, at least we got something there. Oh, shit, it's gonna blow up on him? No? Okay. Yeah, let's back it up. I mean, at the end of the day, Blitz does have 5 of their kills, and he does fall off. Like, he's always a one-shot, regardless of how much gold he has, if he hooks you late game. So, him having 5 extra kills doesn't really change their equation too much, I don't think.
He's got Blade of the Rook. That's awesome.
Yeah. Pretty fucking troll. We need to get this here in a second, but yeah, let's see if we can stop this.
Testing, attacking fast as fuck, boy.
That's right. I mean, that does help him clear the jungle camps, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was diversified too. Like I said, I got smoked by the S&P 500, but a lot of our money is also in our house, like real estate. So just being diversified is usually a good thing. I mean, the market's gonna go back up a lot. I don't know exactly when, obviously, but I want to KS that. Can we get this dude? Oh, he's low.
Oh, yes, kill.
He's gonna try to run away. I've got ult.
Oh, we might have to turn. Help Poppy.
Fuck. This little troll motherfucker. God damn it, he's gonna get out. So brutal. Maybe I feel like we could have just at least killed Fizz, but maybe it was just bad to chase him in the first place. Like one of my worst games. The last game was pretty bad too. I'm not having a good day. We won the Rakan game. That's weird. We lost when I don't play Rakan. It was my fault I didn't have Rakan this game. I mean, every game it is when I don't pick him, but I banned him this time. Vegetable police. I've had some students write about vegetables being unhealthy. Certain vegetables. What do you think about the nightshade vegetables, Mal? Tomatoes and stuff like that potentially causing inflammation. Is that just bullshit, or is there like some merit in that? Like, should people avoid that? What, I don't remember what all the nightshade vegetables are. It's like tomatoes was the big one. Eggplants or some shit. I mean, maybe Yone just AFKs though.
I'm rotating them. I'm trying to.
Oh my god. I had someone trying to argue for paleo. I'm Chinese, so I eat everything. I'm not super familiar with Chinese cuisine. But I've heard that they're a lot more open-minded about eating some things. Like, was it like, I think it's very regional, right? Like everyone, I think a lot of people, and I myself am super ignorant of it, but you think of China as like one culture, but there's so many different little regions. Even with like very different languages, different foods, different customs and cultures. Like it's a very like, it's a pretty damn diverse place. From what I understand. But yeah, is it like Sichuan? There was some place where they eat like chicken feet or something. And they really like spicy food and chicken feet. Yeah, spicy. I don't know. I'm like, I have the palate of like a toddler. I eat like these vegetable chicken nuggets with ketchup and like chocolate milk.
That chalky milk.
That chalky milk, that's right. Some tendies and chalky. Province of China. Sort of. China'd probably like to have that back. I don't know if China ever controlled that. Obviously, depending on how far back you go. Right, I'm sure there's been a lot of kind of shuffling around. It's kind of like in Europe, right? Like there's tons of people that shuffled around control of different areas. Like the French, you know, took over England for a while, and then England took over, you know, different parts. So yeah, it's just like anywhere, right? Anywhere that's kind of close geographically has probably been shuffled.
Ouch.
I think China itself, I don't know like how accurate that is, but I think it's one of the only places that's like never been conquered or ruled by a foreign power, like. But it depends on how you're defining China too, right? Because obviously different players within China have had different Did he die? Okay, yeah, he died. Oh, did I force that Fizz to get stunned by Poppy? I think I may have, by pulling him. Or do you have to, does the player have to opt into moving? So if I push him in Poppy's area, does that force Yeah, that's true. U.S. hasn't either since U.S. got taken over, but China's been around for
Has been slain.
since the dawn of time. Like, people have lived in China, but again, it's like different people within China have been warring and fighting and taking over and stuff like that. I think the Mongols, or not the Mongols. Who the hell am I? The Khans did not get China, right? But I don't know. Well, they had the opium trade, you know, and they pressured them. Yeah, I guess it depends. I should know the whole history of that. Because that is, you know, my time period and my place that I studied a lot. I just didn't look specifically at the Opium Wars a ton, but yeah, that was rough. It's like, you will buy our drugs, you will fuel our addiction to tea. I had some Chinese students actually write that they thought that was good because it woke China up. So they were Chinese exchange students, and they're like, yeah, it was bad. We were humiliated by that, but it got us to wake up and realize we needed to industrialize to keep up so we wouldn't get embarrassed like that again. So she actually saw it as a positive thing, that China got fucked over by that. What I understand, China was like low-key, you don't hear about that a lot in the West, but was low-key like the superpower of the world for a really long time. And they were so strong, they didn't have to ever adapt or adjust. Because they had so many technologies and resources that people wanted, these different spices, gunpowder, writing. You know, they had all of this stuff like super early. But then, you know, the narrative that I heard was they were just very complacent and sort of satisfied with what they had, and they just did not want to trade or like open up a lot to other places and other cultures. So they kind of lost their edge because they'd missed out on the Industrial Revolution stuff. Oh, did I read about London banking and stuff? Don't want to go too tinfoil.
An ally has been slain.
What, I'll have to see. What about banking? Because I hear stuff, but some of the people that I watch are kind of all capsy. I need to maybe find... I try to get a good diversity of different people. There's this guy like Michael Cowan or something. I don't remember his name, but he was talking about something banking, you know, in China. But he's been saying it's like doom and gloom, and there's all these, you know, basically conspiracies, and that the world's gonna end. There were so many people. I lost so much money over the last 10 years from people that saying the world was gonna end when I should have just been invested. But they are always talking about, oh, this is an unsustainable rally. Everything's gonna crash. Fucking, who is his name? That Perma-Bear. There's several people. You got, like, Schiff, Dr. Doom, I can't remember his name, Rubini, I think. All these people, like, became popular in 2008 when they were right for, like, a year. Right? When the stock market fell for a year, then had one of the biggest rallies of all time right after that. So it's like, the meta to get clicks on YouTube is to be negative, to be extreme, to be all capsy. But most of the time, those people are wrong. Like, market bounces back, and you lose a lot more money by not being in the market than you do by getting shanked every now and then. Because if you were in it the whole time, you still would have made money over the last 10 years, even with the drop right now. See, who is a caster? Me? I don't know enough about the game to be a caster. Fuck, am I just dead? I'm probably just dead, right? Well, it's gonna try to hook me. They're all coming. I think we just run. If you can get out. Okay. Well, shit. Oh my god, that was a great ult. We just don't have the damage. Enemy states of the global U.S. empire include North Korea, which have resisted central bankers. China's a merchant superpower. had been right. Oh, what about the world ending? Or... woke history. Alex Jones was right a few times by luck. Depends on what people mean by right and like what, because people can temporarily be right. If you're talking about those economists being right, it's like, yeah, they were right, some people, about the crash in 2008, but then how often are they wrong? I think people that are negative aren't held accountable enough for being wrong. People who are positive are held accountable for being positive when they're wrong, right? If someone says market's going to go up 20% this year and it's only up 5%, people give them hell, right? But if somebody says market's going down 20% and it's up 5%, it feels like they get away with that a lot.
An ally has been slain.
Because people don't see that as losing money, but that's the same thing. Not making money is the same thing as losing money. It doesn't feel as bad, but it's the same thing. If you weren't invested because one of these fearmonger people scared you into thinking the market's going down and the market went up 15%, you just lost 15%. It's the same thing as being in the market and losing 15%, effectively. But those negative people just aren't held accountable for that. Negativity in general... people just get away with being negative a lot more. Fuck. I feel so bad to play anything that's not Rakan in these matchups. Not winning is losing. Sort of. When it comes to money, I mean, there are always grades. Yeah, I mean, if you have $100, right? And you invest it in something and it goes down 15%, you know, you have $85, right? So you just literally lost $15. But if something goes up 15% and you didn't invest in it, you still have $100, but that thing is worth 15, you just lost $15 because that thing's worth 115. You only have 100. So psychologically it feels different to lose actual money rather than not gaining money. But in terms of real value, it's the same thing. So if you sit there with your money, you know, under the mattress or whatever and just let it get eaten up by inflation, you're losing money. What are we on? Okay, definitely Rakan. We're not going to ban Rakan. We're going to play Rakan. And we're going to figure out some way to win with a feeding bot lane. We figured it out somehow. To get from gold 3 to platinum 3. Or gold 2 to platinum 3, but...
It's been a rough, like, 7 days.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, it's been tough.
It's been...
I mean, these last 2 games have been really bad for me. So I gotta pick it up.
I don't have the motion shield yet, but...
We'll get it up there. Stocks and stuff, there's the idea of taking gain loss by actually selling assets. Lots of people might ride the roller coaster, but if you never sell, nothing happens. Well, maybe. Right? Oh, so yeah, that can be positive or negative. But yeah, like, if you just buy and hold something that's diversified, you're going to gain a lot of money, right? And especially, that's why dividends are so powerful, is because when the market goes down, how would they know? It's harder than the weather forecast. Well, getting back to Harrison's point, yeah, I'm just, like, I know people can't predict the market, but my point is it's asymmetrical, right? That negativity gets amplified and not held accountable, versus positivity, people always doubt it, and if people are wrong about positivity, then they get flamed, right? So I'm just talking about the asymmetry of it and how people just naturally tend to favor negativity. I know that, like, either way is not perfect, but it's that asymmetry that's obnoxious, that keeps a lot of people from making money. Yeah, exactly. The dividends are because dividends, you get money like virtually guaranteed as long as they don't cut the dividend. So if it's a solid stock that gives you a dividend, you get that. But then when the stock value goes down, the dividend percentage goes higher, and that makes it more appealing for new investors to come in and buy it, right? So if you have something like Exxon, for example, that I don't know what the dividend is right now. It's up a lot this year. It's up like 50% just about. But if the dividend is like 4% and it drops down to $70 a share, let's say it takes a huge hit. Oh, Morg's already banned? Okay, I don't know. Morgan and Akali were banned. Then I don't know the math exactly, but the dividend's going to go up, right? The dividend might go up to 5%. And so then people are going to say, wow, it's got a 5% dividend, I'm going to buy that, right? Or if it goes down more, it'll have a 6% dividend. So the dividends kind of create a floor for these stocks, and they're usually defensive stocks, because obviously what companies can do with their profits, you know, they have a few different options. You can do dividends, you can do stock buybacks, or you can reinvest it into the company and try to grow, right? So those high growth companies get those really flashy returns if it works out. You get your Google, your Facebook, that kind of stuff gets huge gains. But the dividend people, it's just a lot slower growth, and it's usually a very mature, big company a lot of times. But you're going to have that defensive aspect to it. So it's Ash support, probably.
Let's dance.
So that's why it's kind of important to be diversified. But dividends you get paid to hold. Well,
We got
if
Zed on our team this time.
I need my
Or
notepad.
We lost
Oh,
to the
nice.
Blitz last game.
Oh, this is the same blitz?
Yep.
Okay. Huh. Nice. If they predict higher than the result, people think they lost. Okay. If they predict lower than the result, people think they gained something. I guess, yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a misperception. And it scares people out of the market. I think, like, pervasive negativity and its ability to get clicks and just, like, the ability to monetize that, but just how inaccurate that information is and how much that is detrimental for people's lives is the biggest problem right now in our culture. It's got to be one of the biggest things. Because you get, as a content creator, you get way more clicks, equals way more money, way more clout, all of that, if you can find a way to be negative about something, to be critical about it. But then that leads to just worse outcomes for most people, right? In the markets, you're losing money by not being in the market most of the time. And with other things, it just hurts people's mental health a lot. They're just constantly in this loop of negativity, just thinking everything's horrible. And it's just contagious. But it doesn't have to be that way. I don't think negativity, like, you can win with positivity over time, too. Like, you can build a community around positivity. It just takes a little more work and doesn't get as many, like, immediate clicks. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, Alan, for sure. Like, these same people are like hedge fund managers, right? That predict, not everybody that predicts negativity or talks about it in a negative way, but some of the people that do try to get it to go down and then they buy it, right? So that's been a classic play in the markets for a long time. Scare everybody, get all the stocks go down, and then snap it up. That's why a lot of times, I don't know if you're required by law in all situations, but I know on CNBC, for example, people will tell you if they hold a position in a company. Now, that's usually just if they're promoting it, if they're trying to pump it up, they'll tell you that. But yeah, they don't have to tell you if they don't own it. So that is a loophole. So they can scare you about a stock and then buy it after it goes down. I think they, with Congress, they did something where they tried to, like, see how well Congress people did in the markets overall versus normal people, and they outperformed normal people by a lot. Presumably because they have this insider trading scoop, and it was across both parties, both Republicans and Democrats, so it wasn't like a party thing. But I think they are trying to pass legislation that says if you're in Congress, you can't hold single stocks. You can still buy S&P 500 for retirement and stuff like that, but you can't own individual stocks. I think that would be a good law. That would help out with some of the corruption and special interests and things. But yeah, I mean, a lot of times the best thing, not always, but often the best thing can be the most boring thing. I'm gonna wait a second, because I don't ban his ear, Rakan. Exactly. I think there is a bit more of a movement towards positivity. People are trying to resist all the negativity, I think. It still happens. But I think more and more people are at least wanting positivity, even if they don't know how to do it. They're wanting it. There could be someone really toxic on their side. That could be why there are 2 dodges. We don't know. Could be, you know, Disco Nunu over there. But yeah, it is hard to make money right now. I'm saying if you have money, just S&P 500, SPY. And then I would say, like, covered calls, covered puts, 1%. So basically, like, how that works, people that aren't familiar with options, like, covered call is where you own the stock, so you can own 100 shares of the stock. If the SPY is something like 380 right now, so S&P 500 I think is like 3,800. If it's 380, you could say something like, buy, you know, the call in November, which I think is like November 18th or something. You can basically make a deal. It's almost kind of like insuring your stock, sort of, where you say, all right, I'm going to get 1% this month, no matter what. I'm locking it in, 1%. And then in exchange for that, if my 100 shares of SPY goes to, you know, whatever the number is, 400 or something at this point, then I will sell you my shares for 400 no matter what. Right? So it's a contract you basically make with another person that gets, that's like a deal that you cut, right? That's, you know, traded through an exchange. It's like a stock. Like, it's very liquid. You don't have to have any special backdoor connections or anything. But that's a deal you can make. And so it's somewhat defensive because you get to keep that 1% no matter what. Stocks go down 10%, you get that 1%, right? So you only lost 9% there instead of 10%. So it's not going to protect you from everything by doing that. It'll protect you a little bit. But if the stocks just rocket higher, right, past 400, then you lose all of that profit on that. Right? You get to keep everything from 380 to 400, so you still just gained, you know, whatever that number is, 5% in a month, and you get to keep your 1% on top of that, so you just got 6% in a month. Pretty damn good. But if it just absolutely blasts higher, then you lose that potential profit. Your max is going to be like 6%. So I think something defensive like that in this market, where you're still holding stocks, you're still getting that dividend on the S&P 500, but you're trading off some of your top-end value for a guaranteed return is the way to do it, because stocks could rocket higher, but I think being a little more defensive is probably better. If you want to be even more defensive than that, you know, you could take it the other way and sell puts. So you could just hold the money to buy 100 shares of SPY, but don't actually buy them yet. You could sell a put, you know, $20 down at 360. So you could say, I will guarantee you I will buy these stocks, 100 shares of this at 360, no matter what, if you give me 1% of the value of that stock, right? So you could do that. So then you get, if it goes up, rockets higher, you still get your 1%. You don't get as much, because if you had the covered call at 400, you would still get that, you know, $20 per share there, right? You still get that $2,000. But you have a lot more downside. If it goes all the way down to 361, right? Then you don't have to buy it. You just got your 1% and you just saved yourself a $2,000 loss, right? $20 a share loss. So that's even more defensive if you want to sell puts. But those are like the two strategies that I think are good. If you think the market is like neutral to possibly going a little higher, you can sell a call. If you think it's neutral to possibly going lower, you can sell a put. So those are like risk management strategies if you're in the market, if you want to own some stocks anyways, as an investment. The only problem with options though is you have to have it in increments of 100 shares. There might be smaller versions of it. I don't know if there are or not, but what are we against? Nami. So you gotta have some capital for that. But hey, thanks, Alan. But yeah, those are really simple. Coal and petrol. Hey, I mean that can work. Like I said, the problem with that type of strategy, you got to be able to get 100 shares of that. So if it's 380 right now, that'd be $38,000. Now there are ways you can do it a little cheaper. You're gonna have a bit more risk, but you could do like spreads, which is a little probably too complicated for now. But and I'd have to show you some numbers on that. I could do a video on the channel on it. Yeah, you could take on a bit more risk and do spreads, because like the thing about that either covered calls or cash secured puts as they call it is if it's something like the SPY, S&P 500, like that's going up over time. America's not gonna like blow up in flames probably. Markets are gonna come back. If a company does go bankrupt, it gets kicked out of the S&P 500 and another company replaces it, right? Or if it loses a lot of money, it's a smaller company. It's always the 500 biggest companies in America. I think it gets reshuffled every year, like once a year. But yeah, you just have to think about, okay, what's the absolute worst case scenario for each one of those? Right? For the covered call, the worst case scenario is you just made 6% in a month. Right? Even if it goes higher, even if it goes up 10%, you still made 6. Right? And you mitigated some of your risk. If it goes down and you're forced to buy it at 360, it's like, okay, you got paid to buy something you wanted to buy anyways at a much cheaper price. So you got a discount. Right? It's like saying, hey, that Ford truck right there is $20,000. I don't want to buy it for that price. But if it goes down to $16,000, I'll buy it there. And if I agree I'll buy it there, then you give me $1,000. Right? Like, it's basically like that. It's like, alright. If it's something you wanted anyways, you got a bargain on it. And you got paid to wait. So, again, you can do it without having that much cash on hand, but you're going to lose a little bit of your flexibility. Like, can we just get one fucking game tonight at some point without a feeding ADC?
I think we're like low plat 4 now, gold 1, gold 2.
Yeah, but like these people are playing like they're fucking silver, man. It's so bad.
I wonder if this was the Ezreal from like a game or two ago.
Oh, it very well
Should've
could be.
looked.
Nah, I don't have enough money for a hedge fund or anything. I give you guys free advice. You can just play along yourself. Won't charge you for it. Hedge funds are a scam, honestly, anyways. You really don't want hedge funds. Usually, a lot of them underperform the market, and they charge you, like, massive-ass fees. If you just have the right knowledge, you can make your own hedge fund. It's not that hard. What I'm talking about with options, that's hedging, right? You're basically all hedging is you're mitigating your risk at the cost of potential upside. It's basically insurance. That's all that is. So just keep it simple. Just do it with just S&P 500. If you want to do individual stocks, like, make sure you're very diversified. Like, try to have at least 10 different stocks in different industries. Because that's when I've got blown out, when I've lost money before in the past. You know, a lot of it's because I just convinced myself to overload on a certain industry. Like, earlier this year, I had way too much tech, and that's why I got blown out early. Hey, thanks, Alan. I appreciate it. I had, like, PayPal and Square. So, like, a couple of payments processing companies, and I don't remember what else, but just, like, tech just got completely annihilated. I've never seen anything like that. I wasn't investing for the dot-com bubble, but it's pretty dang close to that. So, I was just, like, catastrophic. Like, who the hell would predict that something like PayPal and Facebook and Google, like, all these companies would be down, like, 70%? Off of okay earnings. Not Square Enix. I like Final Fantasy, but no, the payments processing. I think it's called Block now. What are we getting here? I guess I get something defensive. I appreciate it, Alan. But yeah, sometimes options get a bad rap because you can get into trouble because there are ways you can basically make it gambling, and get really cheap leverage.
Doing the right thing was boring.
So that's like buying options. So you could say something like, you know, with that SPY example, you could say, if it's 380 right now, you could say you're willing to pay 1%. You can take the other side of that trade, basically. You can say you're willing to pay 1% of the value of the stock, and you will have the right to buy 100 shares for $400 no matter what by the end of the month or whatever. Oh my god, really?
I might have to turn this guy.
The fuck? Oh my god. I thought he was coming down the lane. I didn't think he was going to be coming down the river. Yeah, that's true. That was a good call. Huh. Nice. Yeah, it was up a lot. It's just, you kind of get that FOMO going on. I did. It's like, oh my god, it's up so much. It's up a stupid amount, but like, it's just gonna keep going up. And it did for a while. I figured after, like, stocks recovered so fast from the pandemic when everything else was just getting slammed, I was like, okay, well, if the pandemic's not going to keep it down, nothing's going to keep it down.
Ally has been slain.
Oh my god, Maokai has TP?
Sure does.
Awesome.
I love an evil love me.
God, this is so horrible. Like, he's gonna catch this wave, too. Yeah, that's true. Heavily subsidized things.
I only believe in myself. Oh, and Saya.
I'm just really trying out the boring SPY options strategy instead of the individual stocks. I have had some winners in individual stocks, but there's just so much random shit that can go wrong. Even if it is a good industry, like I owned Illumina for a while, which is like the #1 gene sequencer in the world by a long shot. Obviously, gene sequencing is a very powerful piece of technology that's only going to get more prevalent in the future. But, like, dead again. Jesus H. Well, at least I'm not dying that much. I shouldn't have died to the Scion. But, like, you know, they were going to merge with this British company, Pacific Biosciences, that had some good gene sequencing as well. It was really strong. And then, out of nowhere, you know, the European Union or, like, some British, you know, agency or whatever just said, no, you can't do that. Basically, they said that's going to make this American company too powerful. And so they blocked it. And then the stock, you know, is down 15%. And then another time, what I was doing with them to try to be safer is I was doing weekly options. And anytime there were going to be earnings, I just wasn't in the stock. Because I didn't know which way it was going to go, and I didn't want that heat.
An ally has been slain.
I don't know. So I was just trying to get out of the stock before earnings.
Ally has been
They pre-announced that they were going to have slower growth from like 13% growth to 9% or something. Pre-announced it like a month early before their earnings, and the stock went down like 30%. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Y'all are trolls. Like, that's why there's earnings. You don't announce shit like that unless there's earnings, man. Come on. So that pre-announcement just pissed me off so bad. And so that's just some of the ways I've been fucked, like trying to hold individual stocks. It was the British government that nerfed the techs. Tech stocks went up a ton because people were forced to use services like Zoom. Yeah, true. I mean, you would think those companies are still going to do well. It's not like people aren't using Zoom right now. But, yeah, they're just inflated so much. It's also because there's a really low barrier to entry on some of these things. Like the telehealth. I was invested. Kathy Wood said this teledoc thing. I was watching Kathy Wood. She's one of the huge cheerleaders for these innovative tech companies. And she looked really good when stocks were up 1,000,000%. She was up 2,000,000% or whatever, right? But teledoc, you know, where people could get checkups and get stuff diagnosed from home. Sounds like a really good plan. The problem is, it's really easy to copy that, right? So there are other companies that do that. Same thing with Zoom. You know, you've got Zoom, but you've also got Microsoft, whatever the hell it is. Microsoft Teams. Google's got something where you can, you know, video conference with people. So it's just like a really low barrier to entry. A lot of places can copy it. So that's part of why Zoom's getting obliterated too. Some of these bigger companies are like, hey, that's a good idea. What the fuck, man? How do they sniff this out? I know it's not warded. Bro. That's fucking bullshit. They're still there?
Most good guys are just kidding themselves.
Double kill.
I'm dead, aren't I? Yeah. Ah.
Shut down.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Nice.
Lucky
Shit,
as
dude.
hell.
Oh, just good.
Yeah, the PayPal's just got competition from everywhere too. I don't know. It's just so difficult to understand all of the intricacies. Like, even if something has a good product, just to understand, like, the costs that are associated with it, supply chains, competition, regulations. It's just so much.
Stars are just.
So that's why I would only do it with, like, mega cap, pretty diversified companies, probably. Apple, Microsoft,
Anyone have chocolate? I'm craving chocolate.
Google. The thing is, like, the options are so tempting on stuff like Illumina because options are balanced around the implied volatility of a company. Oh god, am I fucking dead? No, I might live.
It's daily affirmation time.
Woof. He ulted, right? Pretty sure he did.
Cannons or something.
So you've got the implied volatility of a stock that goes into the option, which basically means that's where people who are trading this, that's where they think the stock is going to go over the course of a year, prorated down to, like, then it goes, like, into a month or something. So if something has a 30 implied volatility, that means that people are thinking that it could go 30% either way, up or down. So something like Illumina would have this crazy-ass implied volatility a lot of times. And that means that you can get a lot more money for that option because it's crazier. People don't know where it's going to go, but they think it's going to go somewhere a lot. So it's really tempting to cash in on it. You know, with those Illumina things, I could get an option that would pay me like 1% a week when I was doing the weeklies, and I would have like more than a 5% downside protection. So it would have to drop more than 5% in a week for me to lose any money on these options. And I was getting paid 1% a week, which is like a ludicrous amount. But the reason was, some of these insiders probably knew that they were going to pre-announce those earnings, right? Or they knew that the British government was going to block that, or that it was highly likely they would block that. So if you see suspiciously high implied volatility and options that look really juicy, you're getting flanked by Twitch, then your spider sense probably needs to go up. You can, like, bet on it, but just understand it's going to be spooky. Fuck. Oh my god. Cannot get out. Okay, well, these games are, like, reaffirming my hatred for Ezreal. I think I said earlier, you know, the champion that I hate on the most of all time is probably Ezreal. He does have, like, you know, he's got some kills, but yeah. Just buy and sell, yeah. I think the key is diversity. Diversity and risk management. That's what, and diversity is a form of risk management. That's just it, man. Just don't be greedy, right? Whatever your strategy is, go for something like 10% a year. If you can get 10% a year, like, that's really good. Anything that's trying to guarantee or promises you're going to be able to consistently get more than something like 10% a year probably has substantial risk with it, and most people are probably going to lose money with it. As they say, almost nobody beats the S&P 500. Most money managers who do it professionally don't beat the S&P 500. Because that's basically the 500 biggest companies. It's the most invest-in instrument. And basically, you're saying, I think I'm smarter than the other 5 million money managers that have been doing this for 30 years. They have all kinds of advanced degrees in finance and shit. If you think you can beat that. Which, when you put it like that, it sounds absolutely ridiculous. I've tried to do it for years. I don't know that I've ever consistently... Really? I thought he already used his ult. Oh my god.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Was it Leah low?
No. I don't know why I even tried to go down there and defend that tower after the person died.
Thanks, Riku.
1,000% a year. What you really mean is you're looking to lose money. I mean, you can find some strategies that'll get you 1,000%. But, you know, you're probably going to have 80 or 90% chance of going to 0.
I only believe in myself. Ooh, and Saya.
It's maybe a, you know, maybe not that high. Maybe a 70% chance of going to 0 versus a 30% chance to 10x. It might be, it's going to be more than that. Because 10x is like so much. I don't have ult. Okay, yeah, I mean, if we can get him.
I don't think we can.
Fuck.
Really? Someone else just dead?
Oh, that was a nice sidestep. Okay. Alright. Scion's top. All you got is Kennen. Kennen's kind of spooky, though. I mean, you could do it 10x with options. It's probably just invest. I mean, if you're looking to buy lotto tickets, I think just some kind of biotech. Again, just figure out someone's got some phase 3 trials coming up. Some, you know, $5 biotech stock. And then, you know, just buy that. Buy a bunch of those. Buy a bunch of little, you know, $5 lottery tickets. I think if you want to do that with, like, small amounts of money, okay. But, again, that would really just be for fun. It's like gambling. It's like if you just want to feel a rush, if you get a 10x, you know, but you're okay with losing it. Nice. I can't believe they let him even try it. They could have just waited. That might be Baron, though. Oh my god, what the fuck items does that man have?
Oh my gosh.
Did he really not get him? No! Oh my god, the fucking Nami. Yeah, because you don't do any fucking damage because you picked Ezreal. You not understand? Like, what the problem is? Nobody's punishing him. You're sitting there, like, jumping at him, attacking him, and you just don't have enough damage to kill him because you're playing Ezreal. Nautilus. We gotta try to kill him.
Well, I saw stars for a second. Some dark, evil-looking stars.
We can't all go down there. Baron's up. Leah's top. I mean, Ezreal, obviously, he's really going to be all about poke. Did he flash?
No, I just ulted it.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a good time to get him. He's out.
Perfection doesn't exist. My hair.
Yeah, he just does so much freaking damage. Fortunately, he got Hurricane instead of Infinity Edge. For now. I mean, that's going to give him good teamfight damage, but a lot less single target explosion damage. Why do we have two people chasing the Scion, man? I mean, they're all going to, like, go there, right? They're either going Baron or they're going for them. Looks like they're going for them. Alright, well, Kane's finally doing some damage. Nice. Alright. Maokai. Doing some shit. Who's left? Just Twitch. I guess we just get this tower. We can't do much else. I'll see if Twitch tries to open on him. God damn. Okay, you got him. Oh, it's because he went Force of Nature instead of an armor item. What? I mean, I guess there's Cannon and Lilia. I have to say, he's just melting to that Twitch. It's like, bro, get you a freaking Randuin's or something. Yeah, I mean, investing is really how you play the game, especially once you're able to save some stuff, getting into your 40s, things like that. I mean, the thing is, like, you are investing, right? Like, no matter what, you're investing. If you just hold cash, you're investing in the US dollar, right? Like, you're always in the game. And if the US dollar falls in value to inflation, which it always does, it's losing a lot right now, then you're losing money. So it's like, yeah, the S&P 500 is down, so like right now, holding cash is better. It's one of the very, very few times where cash is better. No, it wasn't a double, dude. Again, you're playing fucking Ezreal. Yeah, Cannon SCP, he's coming in. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. You do you, but it's just anytime cash is sitting around, it's investing by default in the US dollar. So it's basically guaranteed you're going to lose money with modern economics.
My mirror and maybe I look good.
It's good to have some cash if the market goes down so you can buy some stuff. Like, it's basically a hedge. It's like, yeah, inflation is whatever, 9% this year, so you're losing 9% versus S&P 500 has lost 24%. So really, you're netting 15% by holding cash. So it looks good. This year is good, right? But like, over the past 3 years, if the S&P 500 is up, you know, every year on average 15%, and inflation is like 2%, right? Then you're losing 17% per year. So that, you know, I know, but it's not like, it's not a gamble. You have to think like you're in it regardless. 100%, like, money is alive, right? It never has a fixed value. You know, you're in it one way or another. It's just how do you want to be in it? And something like the S&P 500 that's like really diversified. Fuck, am I just dead? Something that's super diversified and that like the S&P 500 is going to gain money over time, right? It's going to outperform inflation no matter what. If it's like a retirement money, if you just want to squirrel that away, just buy S&P 500. I mean, yeah, but it's, I don't know. In my opinion is it's not, again, it's not about hurting, it's not about gambling. It's like, I have to put money somewhere.
Kill Twitch, kill Twitch.
I can't, I don't have any cooldowns.
Gosh.
Like, that's how I see it. I mean, I like it too. I like talking about money too, but I mean, yeah, like cash is very useful if you need it, like for something immediate, right? But the way, like, investments are so liquid right now, you know, if you just get the SPY through something like E-Trade or just some random, you know, broker. I don't know what Malachi's thinking. Just some online broker, you can always get your money out, right? If it's not in an IRA. So, like, you can get your money, like, in the bank, usable within, like, 1 day. So, like, liquidity is one reason I could think of. If you have to have your cash, you might need to pay some bills, or you need it just in case you got an unexpected hospital bill, or your car breaks down, or, you know, something, like... You know, I could see that as an argument for not wanting to invest because you want to be liquid, but with how liquid the, you know, a lot of the markets are these days, with how liquid the markets are, you can always access your money. And if you are putting something in an IRA, well, you have to buy stocks. Otherwise, there's no reason to have an IRA, right? Most IRAs are just, if you like get a managed IRA, it's basically just S&P 500. They're just going to charge you 1% a year.
Living the dream.
I wouldn't do it, man. What's HK Hong Kong? I would not invest in any other country. It's not to say you can't make money there, but I don't understand the legality of it, especially Hong Kong. I mean, China could invade any day, right? Like, or reclaim their territory, you know, however people want to see it. Like, I wouldn't do it. Would not invest in Taiwan, Hong Kong, Russian stock markets, Ukraine, you know, anywhere that's really hot. I just wouldn't do it. I'm just dead, I think. I mean, I bought time, but we're not going to be able to do anything with that time. Everyone's just trying to run. Wow. Okay. I thought we were for sure going to get shanked. Did he Prowler Claw that? No. Okay. Hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah, it's a special region. It's got its own thing, but you know, it is what it is. It's politically hot. That's what the main thing is. I'm not trying to say whether Hong Kong should be its own place or not. I'm just trying to say that it's politically hot, and I just wouldn't do it. Even places that aren't that politically hot, where it's just like, do I want to invest in Brazil? No. Because I just don't understand the politics there or anything else. I just kind of USA. If you really, and not just because I think like USA is the best, I just think it's the most stable and kind of transparent, has the most stable government, one of the most transparent, and it's denominated in US dollars. Have really good accounting practices. I know there are fraud, but like the amount of corruption in the US with their corporations, we like to talk about it, but it is a joke compared to a lot of places around the world in terms of how much corruption goes on. Nice. So yeah, I mean, if you do want to invest internationally, I mean, US has a powerful ass military too. Like, we're not going to get invaded. God, they're just running it up the middle, huh? This game's just kind of Jason versus the world. I mean, okay, Malachi's gonna be up. You might need to teleport down. Oh, Silence just gonna fucking end it here.
Rip.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
So hard, man.
They speak funny Spanish in Brazil. Yeah, these games are so freaking hard, man. That Twitch got so fed and just completely was deleting me. Ezreal's fucking worthless. I don't know. I shouldn't have died 8 times. I didn't have a great night, obviously. But it's like, I also, like, just absolute insane diff every single game in the ADC role. That Twitch had 24 kills. Just, like, absolutely unspeakable diff in ADC. I mean, you know, obviously I'm down there too. Maybe I'm part of the problem. It just feels like there's so many people that don't know what they're doing, that are just so scared they don't know how to trade. And we just get snowballed on. I need to do a better job of not dying, though. But anyways, alright, well, I gotta roll out, man. Rough night in the office, but hopefully we'll get them back tomorrow.
I'll catch you there.
Alright, see you, man. Yeah, I feel bad. Jason had a pretty good night overall. I don't think he fed, from what I remember in those games. Sometimes he does. Over the last few days, you know, he's had some bad games too, but tonight was definitely my turn. There are definitely a few that I handed over. I had some okay plays that game. It was really hard to do anything about that Twitch. We were cleaning up some fights though, but you know, the problem with Twitch is just, obviously when he's so far ahead, he can just roll up invisible anywhere, anytime, and just like kill people, and people just don't respect it. Exactly. Yeah, Jason doesn't feed that much, but he was like, I think every single game he was probably the best player every game, and I know that's got to feel bad. But anyways, okay, well that's gonna be it. We'll get back in there tomorrow. It was great talking to you guys. Thanks again, Alan, for the donation and for becoming a member. I appreciate it. I'm excited. Anytime you want to come in and talk about investing or whatever else, I'm always all for it. I have a lot of fun talking about investing. In another life, you know, if I was doing finance or something, I'd probably have some fun with it. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and we'll see you everybody next time.